Well, welcome back, I can't even say my own name. Tim Ostendorf, back again with more on Joan Sutherland. It's a new year. It's 2013, and Happy New Year to everyone. Christmas isn't quite over because I refuse to take down the Christmas decorations until the 6th, the Epiphany, when the kings come or whatever happens. But anyway, that's the day I take everything down. But a little more Joan Sutherland today. Let's see. For the start of the new year, we've talked a lot about in the past year, in the many thousands of 4 videos that I've made, and the 3 of you that are following me. We've talked a lot about the art of the prima donna. One of her first, not her first, but one of her first recordings, a double LP set. And why not do the first track? Start off with the first of the first, or the first of the third, the first of the second. I think it's her. Anyway, it's her second complete recording of arias. The first one was had the Lucia's Mad Scene and things like that, but this was her first really big one when she was really famous. The first one was a wonderful in classic operatic arias, and she sings the arias from Lucia and Ernani and the Bolero from I Vespi Siciliani, so that those sort of things. But this art of the prima donna was really I think really put her on the map, because it kind of highlighted all the really famous, kind of a tribute to the famous coloratura sopranos of the past, Adelina Patti, things like that. And this first one is by Thomas Arne. Artaxerxes is the name of the opera, and it's the Soldier Tir'd. The Soldier Tir'd of war's alarms forswears the clang of hostile arms, and scorns the spear and shield. But if the brazen trumpet sound, he burns with conquest to be crowned, and dares again the field. Very warrior-like, old school opera that's not done very often. This is probably the most famous aria from, or it is, not probably, it is, because no one does that opera no more. There's another recording by Sills. I don't know if there's a commercial recording, but I have a live recording of Sills doing it, and for me, and I love Sills, but it's much too fast. But this is the first cut from the Art of the Prima Donna, Joan Sutherland singing the aria from Artaxerxes by Thomas Arne. Just checking out the Beverly Sills recording of the same aria. Might do a little comparison. What do you think? mentioned this before. Sometimes she was called a dramatic coloratura soprano, meaning her voice was much larger than like a Lily Pons kind of voice. Roberta Peters, that sort of thing, who could still articulate the fast notes but had a certain beefy quality to the voice, and could do bigger roles like Norma and things like that, and a lot of the Verdi roles. And of course, she had an amazing trill, known for her trill. A trill is when you go back and forth very quickly between two notes. I can't do it very well, but she like that, but that wasn't very good. But you know what I mean. And so she was known for that, and just the power of the voice, and the evenness of the tone up and down the scale. There's some, of course, every single diva, soprano, whatever you want to call her, a prima donna assoluta, had some little flaws. Joan's biggest flaw everyone talks about is her diction. It was pretty good early on, and then went through a very cloudy stage, and then got a little better. Some of the recordings, when she isn't actually conducted by her husband, Richard Bonning, her diction's better, in a very wonderful recording of Turandot, where she takes the lead role, which would have been a role she probably wouldn't have sung on stage, but probably could have. Her diction's much cleaner, and all of that. So it's interesting. Every little diva, like Maria Callas, known for her amazing histrionics and depth in the role, and sometimes her voice itself was quite beautiful. But I always say Maria Callas sounded like wax paper and comb. Just saying. So all those triplets, I think it's wonderful. I was just reading. Sorry, I was ignoring you. I was online on the Wikipedias, reading about this particular opera, and that character, as sung by Joan Sutherland, that particular aria, is Mandane. Sorry. Stop the music. Stop the music. Was Mandane, which was Xerxes' daughter. Artaxerxes is the character, and then Xerxes' younger son. And anyway, there's a lot of Xerxes, whatever. And the character Mandane, or Mandan, and it's Soldier Tired of War's Alarm, sung by Mandan. In Act 3 was a frequently performed recital piece for virtuoso sopranos, particularly in the 19th century. It was sung by Henrietta Sontag in many of her American concerts, although one contemporary New York critic pronounced it nothing but a Thai Whiggish vocal exercise in triplets from beginning to end. Nothing wrong with triplets, because they are hard to sing. So any soprano who can do them is all right with me. So just, this is the first time I'm playing another soprano. I'm going to play a little of Beverly Sills singing the same thing. I think it's too fast. This is a live recording, though, so it's even more impressive that she can sing it this fast. So just a little bit of that, okay? So, do you notice she added a little trill to that end of that little number? So this aria is ripe for ornamentation and changes, and Joan Sutherland did that little bit towards the end, which is not written. It's written as, all one long cadenza, or not cadenza, but one long string of triplets, and she changes it, and she keeps. It's pretty impressive that she can make the voice do that. And this version by Sills, which is a live recording, so it's very impressive, but it's a little too fast, a little too frantic for my taste. But I love that she adds that little trill, and I think at one point, was it in a Times Magazine article, Sills, the fastest voice in America, or something like that. Anyway, they're both amazing. Both have moved on to the other side, and we miss them both. And so anyway, that's Joan Sutherland with the Soldier Tir'd from Thomas Arne's Artaxerxes. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm trying to make these videos a little more, a little shorter, because I keep getting cut off when I try to load them onto the YouTubes, you know what I'm saying? And this is my first one for the new year, 2013. Let's move on to many and more fabulous videos about Joan Sutherland by Tim Ostendorf, Innkeeper at the Inn at Crystal Lake in Eaton, New Hampshire. See you soon. Happy New Year. I still have got to figure out when to use the right clicker to get everything going and turn it off. And